Hey, what's up people, Piz out here, and today I've got another review request video for you guys, this one courtesy of Jason Neal, who asked me to talk about the 1972 Wes Craven film, The Last House on the Left. And I jumped at the opportunity to talk about Last House because I really haven't talked about it very much on this channel, and I think it's a very interesting movie with a far more interesting reputation. On one hand, the movie has this very cult status. It's considered a classic by a lot of genre fans, and to some degree I agree with that. I think it is an important film. On the other hand, I feel that the movie's reputation far exceeds the actual movie. For me, Last House on the Left is a very sort of clunky, clumsily edited movie with this very documentary style verite that makes the actual filmmaking elements of the movie, the writing, the acting, the editing, the score, all that seem very amateurish. At the same time, those same qualities lend a real sort of just rawness and ferocity to the brutality and the violence in the movie, and gives it this just unflinching quality. And most fans of the movie seem to overlook the movie's multitude of flaws because of the fact that it is so unrelentingly violent, and Craven, by his own admission, sought out to make the most violent, shocking movie that he possibly could, with this documentary style air in which, regardless of how disturbing the imagery was or how violent the imagery was, he would not turn away. He would not look away from it. It was also, by Craven's own admission, his answer to his own, fundamentalist Baptist upbringing, and of course the Vietnam War, and the images that we were all getting, or everyone from that era, I should say, was getting on TV of the Vietnam War, and just the violence that those old newsreels showed from that war. But what I find most interesting about the movie is this juxtaposition from these scenes of shocking violence, murder, rape, etc., that are very choppily edited together with these scenes that are just really silly, like of the two bumbling local law enforcement officers who spend half the movie like hitchhiking to the crime scene with this like super goofy music playing, or you've got like the parents of one of the young women who are making a birthday cake, and there's just this really jarring, goofy score playing in the background. It's just really, how they cut from one scene to the other, and add that music, especially with the element with the two policemen, the subplot with the two policemen. I'm not sure if Craven was trying to add some sort of comic relief or what, but it's just really jarring to me when I watch the movie. My favorite parts of the film are really David Hess's performance as Krug. I mean, he gives this very sinister, dark, brooding performance. He also does the music for the movie, which is this very folky, sort of Americana style of music that's kind of fun and fancy-free, yet at the same time really sinister, which I think is really cool. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is after David Hess has raped the character of Mary, and all his group of rapist, murdering degenerates are standing around. They take this sort of quiet moment to reflect, and they seem appalled by their own actions before they execute Mary at the lake. And I thought that's a very powerful moment in the film. Unfortunately, so many powerful moments in the film are overshadowed by the sheriff and the deputy trying to hitch a ride to the crime scene because they know that the Krug gang is in town, but their cruiser broke down because the deputy didn't put any gas in it, and they're trying to hitch to the crime scene, accompanied by this super goofy music that, for me, just really you know, whatever intensity, whatever power that Craven seems to build in these scenes of violence are completely shattered by these just goofy scenes. So I mean, really, I mean, the movie's a big mixed bag to me. You know, the first time I saw it, years and years ago, after hearing so much about it, it being just so shocking and so violent and just so brutal, you know, I watched it and I was just like, this is just bad. This is a bad movie. And you know, it was Craven's first attempt at screenwriting and at directing. So I mean, you can give him a pass on certain elements in the movie that are, you know, not done quite well. But as I said, you know, the editing and the juxtaposition of, you know, very harrowing and violent scenes chopped together very sloppily, I should say, with just really goofy, out of place, you know, almost comic relief, just really takes me out of the movie and reminds me that, you know, it's really not that great. And, you know, I personally think its reputation is for a far greater movie than the movie actually is. And that's just my opinion. I know some people herald the movie as a classic. As I said, I do consider it to be an important film. I think it's a film that, you know, if you are a horror fan or if you're a Wes Craven fan, you should definitely check out. I just think you should probably temper your expectations as far as, like I said, its reputation is far greater than the actual movie. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I'd love to get some feedback on this, your own thoughts, feelings, etc., about the movie Last House on the Left. And again, thanks to Jason for the review request. So yeah, until next time, you guys take it easy, and peace.